Congressional leaders have released the final spending package to fund the government through the end of this fiscal year. And former President Donald Trump has suggested he could support a nationwide 15-week abortion ban. Good morning. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. Congressional leaders have released the second and final bipartisan package of 6 appropriations bills for this fiscal year. As NPR's Barbara Sprunt reports, this sets up a race against the clock for lawmakers to pass the bills before a deadline late tomorrow night.
The $1.2 trillion package funds the federal government until the end of the fiscal year on September 30th. The package is compromise legislation, with both Republicans and Democrats touting policy wins. Republicans point to the increased number of ICE detention beds and a boosting of funding for border protection technology. Meanwhile, Democrats are pointing to a $1 billion increase for childcare and early learning programs. Now that the text is released, the question becomes whether Congress can vote on the package before the deadline Friday at midnight. House Speaker Mike Johnson has said he expects the House will vote on Friday, which puts lawmakers on a narrow time frame to read and approve the bills. Barbara Sprunt, NPR News, Washington.
A federal judge will sentence 2 former Mississippi law enforcement officers today for their role in the racial torture of 2 black men last year. A total of 6 ex-officers pleaded guilty. The former officers were part of a so-called Goon squad. NPR's Debbie Elliott reports 2 more of these ex-officers were sentenced yesterday.
The judge called the former officer's actions egregious and despicable as he doled out the latest stiff sentences. Former Rankin County Sheriff's Deputy Christian Dedman got 40 years, and ex-Deputy Daniel Opdyke got 17 and a half for their roles in the attack on Michael Corey Jenkins and Eddie Terrell Parker last January. The black men were subjected to racist slurs, beatings, and sexual assault. One deputy shot Jenkins in the mouth in a mock execution went awry. Debbie Elliott, NPR News.
Presumptive Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump has suggested he could support a national 15-week abortion ban. NPR's Danielle Kurtzleben reports Trump has yet to spell out his exact stance on the issue.
Trump made the comments on the conservative New York talk radio show Sid and Friends in the Morning.
The number of weeks now, people are agreeing on 15, and I'm thinking in terms of that, and it'll come out to something that's very reasonable. But people are really, even hardliners are agreeing, seems to be 15 weeks.
He added that he supports exceptions for pregnancies that threaten a parent's life, as well as pregnancies due to incest and rape. Throughout the campaign, Trump has resisted taking a position on what kind of federal abortion ban he would support, instead saying he would broker a bipartisan compromise on the topic. He also told the hosts he would be making an announcement on his abortion policy, quote, at the appropriate time. Danielle Kurtzleben, NPR News.
You're listening to NPR News.